Are you tired of endless crunches and restrictive diets that promise to melt away belly fat, only to leave you frustrated and right back where you started? What if I told you that the secret to a flatter stomach isn't about doing more, but about doing the right things? Forget those one weird trick gimmicks. Today we're diving deep into the science-backed #1 method to lose that stubborn belly fat for good. And trust me, it's probably not what you think. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, actionable plan that actually works. Before we get to the solution, let's understand the problem. Why is belly fat so stubborn? Well, there are two types of fat in your abdominal area. The first is subcutaneous fat, the soft, pinchable fat just under your skin. The second, and more dangerous type, is visceral fat. This is the fat that surrounds your internal organs, and it's a major health concern linked to a host of problems. This visceral fat is metabolically active, releasing hormones and inflammatory substances that can wreak havoc on your body. The reason it quests so hard to lose is because our bodies are programmed to hold onto it for survival. It's an energy reserve. So, doing thousands of sit-ups won't target this fat directly. You can't spot-reduce fat. Crunches will strengthen your abby muscles, which is great, but they won't burn the layer of fat covering them. So, what's the real answer? The #1 method to lose belly fat isn't a single exercise or a magic food. It's a holistic lifestyle shift centered around SIO, regulating your key hormones through diet and strategic movement. Specifically, we're talking about insulin and cortisol. Think of these two hormones as the master controllers of fat storage in your midsection. Let's break it down. Insulin is often called the fat storage hormone. When you eat, especially carbohydrates and sugars, your blood sugar rises. Your pancreas then releases insulin to help your cells absorb that sugar for energy. But here's the catch. When there's too much sugar and your cells are already full, insulin directs that excess to be stored as fat, primarily in your belly. Over time, with constant sugar spikes from processed foods, sugary drinks, and refined carbs, your body can become insulin resistant. This means your cells stop responding properly to insulin, forcing your pancreas to pump out even more, creating a vicious cycle of high insulin and increased belly fat storage. Then we have cortisol, the stress hormone. In small bursts, cortisol is essential for survival. It's part of your fight-or-flight response. But in our modern world, many of us live in a state of chronic stress. Work deadlines, lack of sleep, relationship issues, even worrying about belly fat itself can keep your cortisol levels consistently high. High cortisol tells your body to store fat, and its preferred storage location is, you guessed it, your abdomen. It also increases your appetite, especially for high-sugar, high-fat comfort foods, which then spikes your insulin, creating a perfect storm for belly fat accumulation. So you can eat a perfect diet and exercise for hours, but if your cortisol is through the roof, you'll struggle to see results around your midsection. So, the true secret is to manage both insulin and cortisol simultaneously. This is the two-pronged attack that finally defeats stubborn belly fat. Let's start with controlling insulin through your diet. This doesn't mean you have to go on a miserable, restrictive diet. It's about making smarter choices. The goal is to keep your blood sugar stable. First, prioritize protein and healthy fats. Foods like chicken, fish, eggs, avocados, nuts, and olive oil have a minimal impact on your insulin levels. They also keep you feeling full and satisfied, reducing cravings for sugary snacks. When you build your meals around these foods, you're already halfway there. Next, let's talk about carbohydrates. Carbs are not the enemy, but the type and quantity matter. You want to focus on complex, high-fiber carbohydrates. Think vegetables, especially leafy greens like spinach and kale, as well as broccoli and cauliflower. Berries are another great low-sugar fruit option. These foods are packed with nutrients and fiber, which slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing those dramatic insulin spikes. Swap out white bread, pasta, and sugary cereals for these whole food alternatives. A simple rule is to fill half your plate with non-starchy vegetables, a quarter with a quality protein source, and the remaining quarter with healthy fats, or a small portion of a high-fiber carb like quinoa or sweet potato. And please do yourself a huge favor, eliminate sugary drinks. Sodas, sweet teas, and fancy coffee drinks are one of the biggest culprits of insulin spikes and belly fat. Stick to water, herbal tea, or black coffee. Now, Let's tackle the second part of the equation: managing cortisol through strategic movement and lifestyle changes. Notice I said strategic movement, not punishing workouts. While intense exercise has its place, over-exercising, especially long bouts of cardio, can actually increase cortisol levels, working against your goal. The best type of exercise for balancing hormones is a combination of strength training and low-intensity movement. Strength training, or resistance training, builds muscle. The more muscle you have, the more metabolically active your body is, meaning you burn more calories even at rest. It also improves your body's insulin sensitivity, which is exactly what we want. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. Just 2 to 3 full-body workouts a week using weights, resistance bands, or even your own body weight can make a massive difference. Complement this with low-intensity activities. This is the secret weapon against cortisol. Things like walking, especially in nature, gentle yoga, stretching, or a leisurely bike ride are fantastic for lowering stress levels. They help shift your body from that fight-or-flight state to a rest-and-digest state, directly lowering cortisol. And the most underrated tool for cortisol management? Sleep. Lack of quality sleep is a major stressor on the body and sends cortisol levels soaring. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality, uninterrupted sleep per night. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Avoid screens an hour before bed, and make your bedroom a dark, cool sanctuary for sleep. You'll be amazed at how much easier fat loss becomes when you're well rested. So let's put it all together into a simple daily plan. Start your day with a protein-rich breakfast, like scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado, to set your blood sugar up for success. Throughout the day, focus your meals around protein, healthy fats, and lots of fiber from vegetables. Drink plenty of water. Schedule 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week, and on your off days, go for a 30-minute walk. Finally, prioritize your sleep and find small ways to de-stress during the day, whether it's 5 minutes of deep breathing, listening to calming music, or stepping outside for fresh air. This isn't a quick fix or a 30-day challenge. This is about building sustainable habits that regulate your hormones and transform your health from the inside out. When you stop fighting your body with endless crunches and starvation diets and start working with it by balancing your insulin and cortisol, that stubborn belly fat finally starts to disappear. It's not just about looking better. It's about feeling better, having more energy, and protecting your long-term health. The power to change is in your hands, and it starts with your very next meal and your very next decision to move or rest. You can do this. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you found this information truly valuable and feel empowered to start your journey. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and more importantly, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our future videos. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one change you're going to make this week? Let's support each other. Until next time, take care.